history-making concerts topped the headlines across Lubbock and even around the country over the weekend. Coming up, we'll have a wrap of George Strait's stop at Texas Tech.
Texas Tech investment in esports on campus is starting to show, and even schools across the country are finding out about what's happening here in Raiderland. MCTV's Majesta Allen has a special look at recent competition that put the skills of Red Raiders to the test against fellow college students from around the United States.
And many campus events may have been canceled around campus due to the weekend concerts. But Texas Tech athletics schedule was still in full swing for both Red Raider baseball and softball teams. MCTV's Logan Lacy has the wrap-up of both of this weekend's series in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of MCTV's Weekday Update. I'm Krystal Nelson.
And I'm Medhin Buriani. Fans of country music packed Jones AT&T Stadium over the weekend for two of the biggest concerts in Lubbock history.
And 2 days later, the excitement and energy from the performance is still making national headlines and buzzing across social media. Country legend George Strait officially made his return to the Hub City on Friday at the Jones. The first of two concerts kicked off shortly before 6 p.m. as thousands of fans flooded the stadium. Friday's concert featured open performances by Zach Top and Dylan Gossett, and one night later, Miranda Lambert and Hudson Westbrook set the stage for the King of Country. Both nights, Strait took the stage close to 9 p.m. and entertained the audience for 2 hours. Strait played 30 of his hits, including Here for a Good Time, Oceanfront Property, and Amarillo by Morning. On Saturday night, concert organizers announced the combined attendance for both concerts was 133,065, which makes both Friday and Saturday two of the biggest concerts ever to be held in Lubbock. But the huge attendance was not a surprise. Back in 2024, George Strait set the record for largest ticketed concerts in U.S. history at the Texas A&M Kyle Field, with the attendance of 110,905 fans in a single show.
This past weekend's concerts weren't the only history being made at Texas Tech. Last week, one group of Red Raiders took the international stage and returned home as gold medalists. On Thursday and Friday, Tech Pom competed in the annual International Cheer Union World Championships in Orlando, Florida. Earlier this year, the team was chosen to represent the United States in the Premier Pom division. During Thursday's preliminary round, the Pom squad was ranked first and advanced to the finals. The team performed Friday morning, facing off against teams from around the world. Following the session on Friday morning, Tech Pom was called to the stage during the awards ceremony as one of the top 3 teams in the Pom division.
And now for our gold medalists in the Premier Pom division, USA!
Friday's win is the second World Championship for the Texas Tech Spirit program. In 2022, Tech's Pom squad was selected to compete in the Jazz division at the ICU World Championships and came home with the gold medal. Friday's World Championship came exactly 2 weeks after Texas Tech's small and large co-ed teams won national championships in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Back here on campus, end of the semester events continue to fill up the weekly calendar. And last week, one of those events honored student groups from across the university for their contributions to the campus community. The 2026 Student Awards Banquet took place last Monday in the Sub Ballroom. During the event, the Office of Student Involvement honored dozens of fraternities, sororities, and student organizations in more than 10 categories. The recognitions included awards for teamwork, event planning, service, contributions to the university, and the event also honored individuals in categories such as Outstanding Organization Member and Advisor, Student Leader of the Year, and the Outstanding Service Award. Each of the winners were chosen from nominations that were submitted earlier in the semester by faculty, staff, and fellow students. An awards committee then made the final choice, and the winners were recognized on stage during last week's banquet. Texas Tech currently has more than 600 organizations on campus that were eligible for annual awards. If you would like to learn more about the many different official organizations here on campus and maybe even become a member, visit Tech Connect website at ttu.campuslabs.com/engage.
Research is an important part of the academic mission here at Texas Tech, but a lot of that research goes unnoticed. But one department hosts an event each spring to give students the chance to show off what they've learned while inspiring future research. Last Tuesday, the Department of Natural Resources Management held the 2026 NRM Research Day at the Dairy Barn. Research Day kicked off with a poster session at 9:30 a.m. that featured the work of dozens of students from the department. Many of those students were also on hand to discuss their research with attendees and explain their findings and next steps.
Me personally, I just spent a lot of time collecting data from my research, doing my research, and my goal for all of this is it to be applicable for livestock managers, promote wildlife conservation and habitat.
The Research Day events continued at 11:30 with a plenary talk by Dr. Peregrine Wolf from the Wildlife Disease Association. The day wrapped up with a 3-minute thesis competition at 12:30. The event wrapped up with the announcement of winners in the annual competition. NRM Research Day 2027 is already planned to take place at the end of next school year.
It was a very warm weekend across the South Plains area, but weather created great conditions for outdoor activities, but it felt more like summer than spring.
Warmer temperatures are still in the forecast today, but some big changes are on the way. Weather specialist Audrey Felux has the details on what we can expect this week in today's MCTV forecast. Audrey?
Yes, so if you went to the George Strait concert this weekend, you might have experienced some of those warm temperatures that we had this weekend. However, we will see a drop-off in temperatures coming into this week. As we look across campus right now, looking like really breezy conditions and slightly cooler than what we saw yesterday. As for our highs today, 80s and 90s throughout the South Plains, 82 in Friona, Rawls 87, and Snyder 93. But we do have those windy conditions across the South Plains, which with these winds and higher temperatures is causing most of the South Plains to be under a red flag warning. With this red flag warning, that does increase our chances of wildfires as well as it being a concern for farmers. It will be dry for a couple of days. However, when we get into Thursday, we're going to start to see rain chances pop up here in the South Plains area. Lubbock is looking at some slight showers for Thursday. However, when the storm systems continue to move in, we're seeing our rain chances increase. Lubbock right now is sitting at a 90% chance of rain on Friday, and this will continue for the rest of Friday. As we're looking at our lows for tonight, 40s to 60s across the South Plains, Friona 47, Rawls 55, and Snyder 66. So quite a wide range for our lows tonight. As for our highs tomorrow, it's going to be slightly warmer tomorrow. However, we won't see as much of those winds. Snyder 95, Rawls 89, and Plainview 86. As for Lubbock tonight, 57 degrees, partly cloudy, and a west-southwest wind at 8 miles per hour. As for tomorrow, 90 degrees, mostly sunny, and a west wind at 17 miles per hour. Looking at our 3-day forecast, we're going to see a cold front move in on Wednesday before those showers start to move into the area. 70 degrees on Wednesday is our high. However, when those showers start to move into the South Plains area, our temperatures are going to drop off into the 60s. 60 degrees as our high on Thursday. When we start to see the majority of the showers move in on Friday, especially to the Lubbock area, 54 degrees as our high on Friday. When those storms start to move out, we're going to see a rise in temperatures, 67 degrees on Saturday, Sunday 78, and Monday 87. So for the rest of that weekend, this weekend into next week, it's going to be slightly warmer. As for our lows, when the storm system moves in, we're going to drop into the 40s. However, the recurrence of 50s will return on Sunday into Monday with 56 as our low there. So if you have class on Friday or any outdoor plans, make sure to grab your jacket and an umbrella. I'm Audrey with MCTV Weather. Back to you.
Thanks, Audrey. Esports have been a part of the Texas Tech experience for years here on campus, but a new investment in competitive gaming by the university is providing additional opportunities for Red Raiders. MCTV's Majesta Allen recently stopped by an event at the College of Media and Communication that brought together competitors from around the country to showcase the advancements happening here at Texas Tech.
Students from colleges across the country are at Texas Tech this weekend, competing in a high-energy Rocket League LAN tournament. Through Texas Tech's esports program, the action is unfolding on screens, where speed, precision, and teamwork take center stage. This Rocket League LAN event is bringing together student competitors from multiple colleges across the U.S., turning online gaming into an in-person showdown. Brooks Valdez, a player from Wichita State University, highlights the competition and immense pressure while representing their school.
One of the best things I've learned is just, even if it's a close match, I've seen matches go every direction. Anything can happen. I mean, we went down. I think games 1 and 2 were both super, super close games. We lost both. We're now 0-2 in the series. At the best of 5, I've been reverse swept plenty of times. I've reverse swept plenty of times. So it's literally just, hey, play your thing. And I mean, we even talked in the middle of game 2 and game 3. We're like, look, the games are close. Anything can happen in the best of 5. This is Rocket League. This is the whole point. There's only 5 minutes on the clock. You just got to play our game, and if we make less mistakes than they do, we can make it happen.
Players say the shift from online play to a live environment adds a new level of pressure and excitement. And behind the scenes, organizers have transformed the space into a fully functioning esports arena. Dylan Wynn, event coordinator and producer of esports, emphasizes the amount of time and effort it takes to keep everyone involved and on board.
It is the largest event in the almost 10-year history of Tech Esports. It's the first time we've ever had a whole lot of teams come in for both LANs, the weekend before this one and this weekend. We've had, I believe, 15 different teams come out and have a lot of fun here. And the Rocket League portion here is kind of a testament to what we have built over these last 9 years.
From equipment setup to coordinating teams, the event highlights the growing presence of esports on college campuses nationwide. At Texas Tech, it's more than just a game. It's a growing competitive scene bringing students together from across the country. For MCTV, I'm Majesta Allen.
As we mentioned earlier, the Texas Tech Pom Squad secured a world championship last week, but they weren't the only group of Red Raiders who ended the weekend with a new title.
MCTV's Logan Lacy has the details on which group of Red Raiders already brought home another conference trophy, along with a look at the rest of the weekend highlights from Tech athletics and sports. Logan?
Thank you, Medhin and Krystal. Texas Tech athletics continues to make history as softball and baseball's regular seasons are coming close to ending, golf beginning their postseason run, and football shines into the big leagues. Let's start with softball. Red Raider softball stayed on the road this weekend, playing against the Arizona State Sun Devils in a top 25 series. Caitlin Terry started in the circle for Game 1, only allowing 2 hits as the Red Raiders took Friday's game 6-0. Game 2 was a lot closer throughout, but a big-time double by Maya Davis in the 4th inning, where she later scored on a passed ball, pushed Texas Tech to an unreachable 6 runs to clinch the series with the Sunday finale still left to play. The Red Raiders came into Game 3 ready to play as Mia Williams and Taylor Pannell hit home runs, helping Texas Tech score 7 runs with Nairi Kennedy and Samantha Lincoln shutting down the Sun Devils to sweep the series. After the ranked series win, Texas Tech softball has won the Big 12 regular season title for back-to-back years. The Red Raiders will be back in town for a midweek matchup versus Tarleton State on Tuesday. The game will start at 6 p.m. at Tracy Sellers Field, but if you can't make it to the game, it will be streaming live on ESPN+. Red Raider baseball did not have a fun weekend hosting the Oklahoma State Cowboys here in Lubbock. Texas Tech baseball got swept after allowing the Cowboys to score 36 runs throughout the series, while only scoring 16 of their own, falling to a 22-22 record for the season. The Red Raiders will now travel to Frisco to play the Oklahoma Sooners at Riders Field. The game will be on Tuesday at 6:35 p.m. streaming on the Peak Events YouTube channel. Texas Tech football continued to break program records over the weekend in the NFL Draft. The Red Raiders set a school record with 9 players being selected in the NFL Draft. David Bailey was selected 2nd overall to the New York Jets. Jacob Rodriguez went to the Dolphins with the 43rd pick. Lee Hunter was 6 picks after that, going to the Carolina Panthers. Romello Height then was picked by the San Francisco 49ers in the 3rd round, while Caleb Douglas joined J-Rod in Miami at pick 75. Lastly, Reggie Virgil, Skylar Gill-Howard, Baron Morton, and Cole Wisniewski were all picked on Saturday. And finally, Texas Tech men's golf started Big 12 tournament play today in Hutchinson, Kansas. Connor Graham, Adam Bresnew, Ben Gregg, Tim Windemeyer, and Brady McHenry will play 36 holes today, trying to make the cut to play 18 more tomorrow and Wednesday. That's all for Texas Tech Athletics. Now back to Medhin and Krystal.
Thank you, Logan. The local Lubbock community includes many professional organizations with plenty of ties to Texas Tech. Faculty, staff, alumni, and even current students make up the memberships of dozens of groups here in the city.
One of those groups with close ties to Texas Tech is Lubbock chapter of the Association of Women in Communications. And last week, AWC hosted an annual event that recognizes the accomplishments and of individuals and groups here in the Hub City. On Tuesday, AWC hosted the 41st Annual Celebrity Luncheon at the Overton Hotel and Conference Center. During the luncheon, several awards were presented to local individuals, companies, and even Texas Tech University. Texas Tech Athletics was recognized during the event with a headliner award, honoring the achievements and contributions that athletics has made that received positive recognition through the media. Other awards included George Mahone Award for Extraordinary Public Service and Beth Pratt Communicator of the Year Award. Janya Butler, AWC Vice President of Programs, says the event is a way for the organization to give back by recognizing those who help improve the community.
My hope is that this event serves as a reminder of all of the great people that live here and all of the great things that they're doing for our city and beyond. It's such an honor to spotlight them and to just cheer them on today and celebrate their efforts.
AWC's annual Celebrity Luncheon is a ticketed event with the proceeds used to fund scholarship for students in the College of Media and Communications. The college has several faculty and staff who are members or serve as leadership in the group. If you would like to learn more about the Lubbock chapter of the Association for Women in Communications, visit awclubbock.org.
So, Krystal, can you believe that it's the last full week of spring classes?
I can't. It's gone by so fast, but I'm so ready for summer.
I'm so ready for summer as well. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check the ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.